Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. It is 11:40 a.m. Today is April the 15th. Today is Wednesday. We are in the middle of the week. Hello, thank you, and welcome back, faithful YouTuber. For some reason, having a hard time going live on my Facebook. My Facebook is not live. Let me change something really quick here. Excuse me. Rebekah is the title. Plays into the light. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me just a minute. I thought it was live. And then let me change this to our chapter. They know where we're coming from. Genesis chapter 26. Go live. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Facebook, and welcome. Welcome back today. As I said on YouTube, today is April the 15th. It is April the 15th. And we are getting ready to get into our lesson for today. Our lesson is going to be about, let me see here. It says Isaac deceives Abimelech. Let me make sure my Facebook, let me go to my Facebook page and see what's going on here. So I can see myself live. Okay, so I'm live on my page. I'm sorry, give me one more moment. Facebook page. Okay. I should be live there. All right. Well, it looks like we're having technical difficulties on Facebook, but I'll go back and check that later and make sure that it posted. Let's go ahead and get into the lesson for today. We'll be reading from Genesis chapter 26 from the New Living Translation of the Holy Bible. And I'm on BibleGateway.com, and I like to use Bible Gateway. It's just a very good resource. I don't know if the app is still working. The app was having issues. I couldn't pull up the scriptures on my app any longer. So I have new, so I am studying now from the Africa Study Bible. So let's go ahead and get into today's lesson. Isaac deceives Abimelech. A severe famine now struck the land, as had happened before in Abraham's time. So Isaac moved to Gerar, all right, where Abimelech, king of the Philistines, lived. The famine reminds me of a future story that we'll go into. The Lord appeared to Isaac and said, "Do not go down to Egypt, but do as I tell you. Live here as a foreigner in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. I will hereby confirm that I will give all these lands to you and your descendants, just as I solemnly promised Abraham." All right, so this is the heritage of, or the inheritance of Isaac through his father, Abraham, your father. "I will cause your descendants to become as numerous as the stars in the sky, and I will give them all these lands. And through your descendants, all the nations of the earth will be blessed because of your descendants. I will do this because Abraham listened to me and obeyed all my requirements, commands, decrees, and instructions." So Isaac stayed in Gerar. When the man who lived there asked Isaac about his wife Rebekah, he said, "She is my sister." He was afraid to say, "She is my wife." He thought, "They will kill me to get to her because she is so beautiful." But sometime later, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out his window and saw Isaac caressing Rebekah. So he did the same thing that his father did. I wonder if that they told the story, to their sons before they passed, and they just history repeated itself. Immediately, Abimelech called for Isaac and exclaimed, "She is obviously your wife. Why did you say she is my sister?" "Because I was afraid someone would kill me to get to her. Well, to get her from me." Isaac replied, "How could you do this to us?" Abimelech exclaimed, "One of my people might easily have taken your wife and it says slept with her, and you would have made us guilty of great sin." Then Abimelech issued a public proclamation: "Anyone who touches this man or his wife will be put to death." So Abimelech is still alive. Conflict over water rights. Okay, so here we go. When Isaac planted his crops that year, he harvested 100 times more grain than he had planted, for the Lord blessed him. He became a very rich man, and his wealth continued to grow. He acquired so many flocks of sheep and goats and herds of cattle and servants that the Philistines became jealous of him. So the Philistines filled up all Isaac's wells with dirt. These were the wells that had been dug by the servants of his father Abraham. Haters. Finally, Abimelech ordered Isaac to leave the country and go somewhere else. He said, "For you have become too powerful for us." So Isaac moved away to the Gerar Valley, where he set up their tents and settled down. He reopened the wells his father had dug, which the Philistines had filled in after Abraham's death. Wow. So they've also filled up other wells, being great haters. Isaac also restored the names Abraham had given them. Isaac's servants also dug in the Gerar Valley and discovered a well of fresh water. But then the shepherds from Gerar came and claimed the spring. "This is our water," they said, and they argued over it with Isaac's herdsmen. So Isaac named the well Esek, which means argument. Isaac's men then dug another well, but again there was a dispute over it. So Isaac named it Sitnah, which means hostility. Abandoning that one, Isaac moved on and dug another well. This time there was no dispute over it. So Isaac named the place Rehoboth, which means open space. For he said, at last, my land is mine. So at last the Lord has created enough space for us to prosper in this land. From there, Isaac moved to Beersheba, where the Lord appeared to him on the night of his arrival. "I am the God of your father Abraham," he said. "Do not be afraid, for I am with you and I will bless you. I will multiply your descendants and they will become a great nation. I will do this because of my promise to Abraham, my servant." Then Isaac built an altar there and worshiped the Lord. He set up his camp at that place, and his servants dug another well. It just makes you wonder what promises the Lord has made to, like, say, my grandparents and my parents that included me, which is why, the blessing will be passed down because of my mother, or like because of a promise. So Isaac's covenant with Abimelech. But remember, the Lord said, because Abraham obeyed and did as he commanded and followed all of his decrees. Isaac's covenant with Abimelech. One day King Abimelech came from Gerar with his advisor Ahuzah, and also Phicol. Remember Phicol, his army commander. Why have you come here?" Isaac asked. "You obviously hate me since you kicked me off your land." They replied, "We can plainly see that the Lord is with you. So we want to enter into a sworn treaty with you. Let's make a covenant. Swear that you will not harm us, just as we have never troubled you. Have we not? Even when you deceived us with Sarah and with Rebekah, we have always treated you well, and we sent you away from us in peace." With a second time, it was like, "Get your behind on off me." "And now look how the Lord has blessed you." So Isaac prepared a covenant feast to celebrate this treaty, and they ate and drank together. So Isaac prepared a feast for his guests. Early the next morning, they took a solemn oath not to interfere with each other. You stay over there, I stay over here, and we'll get along. How many know sometimes you just need some space? Early the next morning, they each took a solemn oath not to interfere with each other. Then Isaac sent them home again, and they left him in peace. Go your way in peace. That very day, Isaac's servants came and told him about a new well they had dug. We found water, they exclaimed. So Isaac named the well Sheba, which means oath, as in the oath they had just taken. To this day, that the town that grew up there is called Beersheba or Beersheba, which means well of the oath. At the age of 40, Esau married two Hittite wives, Judith, I wonder how you say that, Judith, the daughter of Biri, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon. But Esau's wives made life miserable for Isaac and Rebekah. So these Hittite women were just the scourge or whatever of his parents. How many of y'all know that the Bible say now to leave your mother and your father and cleave to your wife? So at this point, who cares if you don't get along? We live in two separate residences, so you don't have to see each other. It's just a reason for that. They lived very close back then. That was just the way the culture. But nowadays, we have moved on. Oh Lord, I shared this to the wrong page. Well, how interesting is that? I shared that on my new page. Okay, wonderful. So I'm glad you all were watching today. I hope that you all are blessed and have a wonderful day. Remember, this is the day that the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it. Keep the Lord first. Thank you so much for watching, and be safe. Bye. Bye, YouTube.